Hello friends and welcome back to my channel. In this video that's going to be an empties and also an update on the very tiny pan project pan that I gave myself during 2018, and I've been really successful. Listen, I had the smallest project pan ever in 2018. I was basically just giving myself 5 items that I wanted to either pan or go through, because I've never done a project pan and I didn't want to overwhelm myself, but I also wanted to do something that I thought that I could do. And I've actually been very successful. I was supposed to pan 2 things and go out of 3 things, but I went out of 1 thing and I panned both of the things that I wanted to pan. So I see some pan, but there's been also 2 things that I didn't go out of, but I'll chat a bit more about that. I'll chat about that at the end of the video. I'm also gonna do some empties. I just checked my YouTube before this, and the last empties I did was 4 months ago, so this is empties for 4 months. It is not that many things, but I thought it'd be appropriate for me to do like an empties now in the beginning of 2018, and maybe I can do another one for summer or something, like once every half year. How does that sound? I am not including like soaps, toothpastes, candles. I don't care. Like, I don't care. So you got deodorant and shower. When people are showing like deodorant and shower gels, first of all, we do not have the same brands here in Sweden, so I don't care. And also it's like, so you get your basic hygiene down, good for you. So I'm not going to be showing those kind of things. I'm showing skincare, I'm going to show some hair care, and I'm mostly going to be showing makeup. That's how I roll here. So let's start with apparently. Let's start with hair care, because I have three dry shampoos from Batiste. 3. This one doesn't have a lid. It's been through some rough times. 3. I could use some right now. My hair needs a shower. I'm gonna take a bath after this. Actually, we're gonna eat Subway and then I'm gonna take a bath. Delightful. So I went through 3 of these and I really like these. Apparently, I've actually had quite of a stash. I saw some on sale, so I bought a couple, and then I actually got 2 in PR when I was at like events here in Sweden. So I have had a bunch, and now I've gone through so hard to say. I've gone through 3. So hard to say. This one is honestly, this one is pink pineapple. It smells delightful. I absolutely love this smell. I love like a tropical smell. I love like when my hair care smells like fruits. I'm all about that life. But then we have camouflage. I hate when the like scents are like this. And then luxe, opulent and bold. Like, I like both of these. This one smells like a bougie candle, and this one, the camouflage, this one smells more like fresh linen. So I like both of them. I like Batiste overall. Apparently I'll go through a lot of them. Most of the time my hair is like 75% dry shampoo. Let's be honest here. I'm trying to not wash my hair more than twice a week. Trying sometimes to even stretch it once a week, because I don't want to wear on my hair too much, and I also like, it's not good to wash your hair too much. I wish I could go down to washing it only once a week, but most of the time it gets to be twice a week. I also went through 2 texturizing sprays. I like both of these a lot, and this one unfortunately is discontinued, at least in Sweden, because this is my 3rd. Let's just put it like that. This is my 3rd. This is the Blow Pro Textile Dry Texture Spray. What brand is this? Is it Blow Dry? Is that what it's called? Blow Pro. Okay, it's called Blow Pro. I bought one of these a while back, and I used it up and I was like, oh, I love this so much. And then I saw it on sale, and I bought 2 on sale. And since then I haven't seen them, so I'm guessing that they were just discontinued and that's why they were on sale. It's a shame. I really like this. This gave such really nice, like, dry, non-sticky texture to your hair. Made it a bit more tousled and just full, and I really like that. This one is from Batiste also, and this is the texturizing spray. Also love this. On the spot, super sexy hair. Really like this as well. Not as much as I like this one. I'm using another texture spray right now. That one I'm not liking that much. I think it's from L'Oreal. So I think that if I see this in store once I go out of that L'Oreal one, I'm probably gonna buy this one again, the one from Batiste, because I really did like that. I went through 4 Batiste products. What do you know? I also went through my absolute favorite makeup remover. This is from L'Oreal. This is the L'Oreal Eye and Lip Express Makeup Remover. This is the one that's divided into 2. I'll try and put a picture up here so you can see what it looks like. This is the one that's 2 component. You have to shake it up and you put it on a cotton pad, and this one removes makeup like no other. I've used a bunch of these 2 component things, and this one is the best one. This is my 3rd bottle of this, and right now I got another one in like a gift bag when I was at an event, and I'm using that one right now, but I don't like it as much as I like this one. As soon as I go out of that one, I also have a sample from the Sephora brand one. I also don't like that as much as I like this one, but as soon as I go out of those 2, it's because they're the deluxe samples, I will repurchase this one again because this one is great. When I take out my makeup, I use this one first, and then I use some kind of like cleansing gel or cream that I rinse off with water. I really love that. And then I will go in with a micellar water. This is the one that I've gone through now. Oh, look, I even have a little bit left. I love micellar water, and this is the Garnier one. I, for some reason, bought a small one. I think I just remembered when I was at the register, like, shit, I'm out of that. I need to buy a new one. So I just picked this one up. I went through it like nothing because I always end my makeup remover step with this one, and I usually use a bit of toner or something like that just to remove some like dirt or residue on my skin before I put on makeup as well. A lot of people are asking me how I prep my skin for makeup. I usually just use a micellar water or toner just over my face to just remove some residue or some grease or like anything like that before going in with primer. That's how I usually do it. Sometimes I don't even use primer. I just go in with toner and then a moisturizer and then like foundation. I love this one, but I want to try the Biotherma one. Is it called Biotherma? And I've heard that it's available in Sweden, and someone told me, like a lot of people told me that it's available at the like the pharmacy in Sweden, and I went into like 3 different ones and they didn't have it. So the hunt continues. So right now I actually don't have a micellar water and I'm missing it so much. So I'm still on the hunt for the Bioderma one because I want to try it so bad. But I did go through this one. Let me quickly talk about this one. This one looks so disgusting. I didn't clean it now because I'm gonna throw it away. This is the Linda Hallberg sponge. I think this is the best sponge I've ever tried. I actually think so. I love the shape. It goes to a tip that has like a what is it called, like a flat surface, and then it's rounded, and then the big rounded. This one gets a lot bigger when it's wet. That's what she said. Wow, demonetized. Hello. But I really like this one. This is probably the best sponge I've ever had. I do have a bunch of different sponges that I've been getting in PR. I really like the Sigma sponge as well. I do have 1 or 2 left of those to use. I also did get a Beauty Blender sponge in PR, so I'm actually using that one right now. And I like it, but I like this one better. So if I run out of all of my sponges and I need to buy a new one, I'm probably going to buy this one from Linda Hallberg. I think it's really good. I also did go through a House of Lashes lash glue. I love this one, but I have told you in another video that they changed the formula of the House of Lashes glue. I'm so sad, I am devastated, but they changed the formula of this one and it's very sticky now, and it actually goops your lashes together. It's not as easy to get off as it was before. Don't know why they changed it. I'm guessing it has to be some kind of backstory. I don't know the backstory. All I know is that it's not the same anymore. I still have like 1 or 2 tubes of this left, so I'm gonna go through it and then I'm gonna change brands because it's not as good anymore. So breaks my heart, but that happens sometimes with makeup. What can I say? I'm gonna quickly mention this one. I am decluttering the Morphe M330. This one sheds so bad. It sheds so bad that I actually have to pick straws from my like lid when I'm using it. So actually I was so angry once using this that I just tossed it across the room, and then when I found it a couple of days later, I should just put it in the empties bin because I'm decluttering this brush. I despise it. That one is shedding so bad. I can't take it, so I'm decluttering it. Another thing that I'm decluttering is the Bare Minerals concealer in Well Rested. I heard so many YouTubers talk about this, and this one, oh, this one will age me 30 years in 30 seconds. Holy bananas, this is horrible under my eyes. I hate it. I hate it. But I do know that my mom likes powder concealers, so I'm gonna see if she wants this one, because on me this is horrible, horrendous, awful. Can't stand it. Be gone, be gone. I also have some eyebrow products here. I've gone through one of the Loreal Brow Artist Plumper. This is in medium dark. This is my favorite like brow gel thing ever. It's really wonderful. It has like a little spoolie, it has some fibers, and this one has a bit of color as well. This one lasts on me all day. Like I can brush up my hairs and it will not go down. It is so good. I love it. Unfortunately, it's discontinued. I will say though that since I ran out of this one, I have fallen head over heels for the ColourPop tinted brow gel. I think it's absolutely amazing, and even though the applicator is not as good on that one as it is on this one, and you do get a lot less product, I still love that one a lot. So I do feel like it was an easy transition for me to go from this one to the ColourPop one. So if you've also used this one and loved it and you can no longer find it, I do really like the ColourPop gel thing. Speaking of ColourPop, this is the ColourPop Precision Brow Pencil. This one is in Dope Taupe, right? I think so, yeah. I did get this sent to me as PR. This is one of those, you know, fine tips that you screw up. Well, mine is out. And then it has a spoolie on this end. I really like the spoolie as well. I will say though that I go through pencils too fast. So that's why lately I've only been using, today I have a brow powder in, and looking in the viewfinder, I think that this looks really good. I have a brow powder in today. So I've actually been using either brow pomades, I love the one from ColourPop, or I've been using a brow powder. Just now going through a brow powder that I actually should declutter because it's really old. But I did get the Brow Bar to Go from Gerard, and I'm really looking forward to trying that one because that one looks like it could be something that I really like. So I did go through this pen, but I go through these too quickly. But I did like it though. I think this one, the one that's called the Precision Brow Pencil, this is the one out of the two brow pencils that I think is good from ColourPop. I'm also decluttering the Brow Conditioning Primer. I did get sent this one from Benefit Sweden. This is the one that you like, it is like a little comb and you twist it and then you brush it through your brows, and it's supposed to make your brows grow faster and you get more like hairs. I used this for 2 months, nothing happened. I'm getting rid of this. Small brows for life. Stuck with this. I also ran out of 3 eyeliners, and the first one that I ran out of is the Dip Liner Ink from H&M Beauty. I think this is a great started up, like if you want to get into liquid liner, you don't want to spend a lot of money. This one is really good. It's black, it's matte, it's easy to work with. It is a felt tip liner though, so it has a felt tip, but I like that. I used that for years and I actually think it's really good. It's really good for being a felt tip liner. That's what I wanted to say. I also went through 2 tattoo liners by Kat Von D. As you probably heard me talk to death, I'm sorry that I'm mentioning this so much, but me and Kat Von D are on a break. I'm not supporting the brand as of now. That could always change. You never know what's gonna happen. You never know how things develop, but right now we're on a break. So I did go through both of these, and right now I am using the NYX Epic Ink Liner instead because you recommended that one to me, and I actually found it in my backup drawer because I remembered that NYX actually sent that to me and I forgot, because I'm an idiot. But I do like the tattoo liner. I think it's good, but I will say the NYX Epic Liner is just as good. It's just as good, so save your money and get the NYX one instead. I'm just saying. Okay, before we get into the other concealers, the ones that I actually ran out of, and the foundations, because I have some foundations here as well, I want to talk about a perfume sample. This is the Nomad by Chloe. I do get a lot of perfume samples and I save them in a jar, and I try to chuck 1 or 2 in my bag, especially if I'm going away for a weekend. And I used this one up, so I put it in my empties because I wanted to talk about this one. This one smells delightful. It smells really good. It smells warm and toasty, but still very sophisticated. The only reason why I wouldn't buy this as a full size is because my boss is actually wearing this one. This is her favorite perfume, so this smells like work to me. But it is a really nice perfume, and if you are looking for something that's not the florally or sweet, but also not the super dark and murky, and you want to get something that's feminine but still sophisticated but not too girly, I actually really like this. Give this a sniff. This is Nomad by Chloe. Chloe? Just Chloe, right? Yeah. It's really nice actually. Let me talk about some concealers, because I've had so many concealers that I've been like, you know, I open and I try them, and I had so many concealers going, so I made it my mission the last couple of months to try and move some concealers out of my collection. So I did declutter this one, like I said. I'm also decluttering the, and it's almost out, so it doesn't really matter. I'm also decluttering the, you can see, it's almost out. This is the Becca Aqua Luminous Perfecting Concealer. I used to love this. I even put this in a favorites, but I'm decluttering it because I've had it for like 2 years and it is totally changed. So this one has gone bad, and this one really makes my under eyes look bad now. So this one did not last this long. I think it went bad after like 1.5 years, and I'm not saying that makeup should last longer than that. I'm just letting you know that if you have this one in your collection and you've had it for a bit, maybe try it to make sure that it's still good, because I'm tossing mine out now. I also went through this one. Looks like I did it, but I did go through this Maybelline Fit Me. This one is in the shade 15. I have a bunch of these in different colors for some reason. I don't know if I was drunk when I was shopping for these, but I have a bunch of these in different colors, but this 15 is the one that I went through. So I'm super excited to move that out of my collection. I actually want to move all of my Fit Me concealers out of my collection because I like them, but they're not my favorite concealer, because I have concealers that are like drugstore concealers that I like more than that one. I used to like the Fit Me more, but now I like the Erase and Rewind or whatever it's called. I like that one better actually, and I have that in my backup drawer. So as soon as I go through, I think I have 2 more Fit Me's in my drawer. As soon as I go through those 2, I'm gonna pick up the Erase and Is it called Erase and Rewind? I think so. I'm gonna start using that one again. I also am moving 3 Kat Von D concealers out of my collection. I used to love Kat Von D concealers. I will say though that I think that other concealers are better. I love the NARS Soft Matte concealer better. Soft Matte Cream, the one in the pot, that is my favorite. I also actually like the Shape Tape better in this one because it has the same amount of coverage, but the Shape Tape is thinner. Shape Tape is not, I am wearing the Shape Tape today actually. Shape Tape is not my favorite concealer of all time, but I do think it's a really good concealer. And I haven't set it with powder today, which is actually my new favorite technique, not setting my concealer with powder. Should I do a video on that maybe? Because that's like my new thing. If I don't set my concealer with powder, especially the ones that actually dry down a bit, like the Shape Tape, sometimes I just go over it with like something like this, and I just go in with a little powder and I just go a little bit like this, but I don't use as much powder as I've done before. It looks beautiful actually. I've gone through 3 of these because I'm moving all of these out of my collection. I did have 3. It was the medium warm, light warm, and light warm, and I went through them, even though it doesn't look like I went through. Oh yeah, I can see through this one. Anyways, these are out and I'm happy to move them out of my collection. At least now I have gotten rid of all of the Kat Von D products from my collection that are like things that you can easily go through. Because it's easy to go through like foundations and concealers and stuff like that, but it's not as easy to go through like an eyeshadow palette. I'm not throwing out my Kat Von D stuff. It's gonna stay here. I'm just not using it on my channel. I do have a foundation from her though. I'm going to talk about that in my foundation declutter because I'm going to try and film that real soon. Speaking of foundations, I went through 2 foundations these past months. The Estee Lauder Double Wear. This is in Ecru 1 and 2. This one was slightly too light for me, so I've actually started mixing this one with the Born This Way because I had a Born This Way. This was my summer shade, so if I took 1 pump of each, well, I can't take a pump of this, but I took 1 pump of the Born This Way and an equal amount from this one, and I mixed it and made the most amazing foundation. I think that is the best foundation I've ever had. So if anyone knows a dupe for this that is not in this ridiculous bottle, this is basically a glass bottle and you like open it and you just pour it out. This is ridiculous. I have no problem with paying a premium price for a premium product, but this packaging is ridiculous and I don't want to buy a separate pump. Just give me a squeezy tube. Is that too much? Is that too much to ask? But I do like this one and I love this one mixed with the Born This Way. If you have both of them at home, try mixing them. It makes the most amazing, like, natural glow, full coverage, like base that looks a lot of like coverage if you want that, but still doesn't look flat. I love that because I felt like this one was slightly too matte on its own. I like more of a natural finish on my foundation. That is my preferred like finish. So I do really like this one, and I would love to buy a dupe in a better packaging. And I also went through a Fit Me by Maybelline in 115. I love this one. This is this one and the, what is it called? The one sec, this one, the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte. Those two foundations are like my go-tos for like when I know that I have to be out and about for a really long time and my makeup needs to look good for 10-12 hours, something like that. I will go to either of those two foundations. This one mixed with the Born This Way also worked really good for that for like a really long time, and I know that it's going to be good. I do have some more Fit Me's in my collection, and I just went through this one, and I really love that foundation. And if I go through all of my Fit Me's, the matte and poreless, I'm probably going to buy a new one. I will say though that I've actually discovered a new foundation lately that is so good, like so good. But it is one of the foundations that is in the finalists for the beauty awards that I am in the jury for. I am in the jury for Daisy Beauty Awards in the category of like face makeup, and I am not allowed to like give any opinions or reviews on those items before the show has been, and the show is in February. So as soon as the show is over, I'm gonna let you know how I felt about all of those products, so you have something to look forward to. Someone told me actually like if I could do another one of those full face of reviews, and I thought that that could be appropriate then. So as soon as that award show has been, I'm gonna do some reviews on those products, and I'm probably gonna film a full face of reviews as well, because it's been a while and I'd love to film one like those. So that was all of my empties. Felt like it was, I did okay. How long have I been filming? For a really long time. Really long time. Let me show you also the things that I had in my little project pan for 2018. It was only 5 things. This is gonna be quick. Did I say that I filmed this? I don't know if I did. I did film this, by the way. Let me put these things back in the little box. Okay, so let me start by talking firstly, this one was in my project pan. I wanted to go through my double wear because it was not the right color for me, and also I hated the packaging. And this is one of my oldest foundations, so it was a couple of reasons for me to not keep it in my collection. I do like this. I really actually love this formula. It was just a bunch of reasons that I wanted to move this through my collection, and I have used this up. I used this up like a couple of months ago, but it did take me some time because I do have a couple of foundations that I like using in my collection, and also I didn't like this foundation on its own, so I had to mix it with a couple of things, and that of course made it take a bit longer for me to go through. So that was one of my 5 products, and I actually did go through that one. And the second product that I wanted to hit pan on, that I actually did hit pan on, was one of my eyeshadows by Makeup Geek. This palette was sent to me by Makeup Geek. They sent me this. I actually really like this palette. It's so sleek and nice. I prefer the cardboard packaging, but I have to say this one is like magnetic. It's really pretty, and it is a see-through lid. I can totally see myself getting more of these Makeup Geek palettes. They are nicer and slimmer and sleeker than I thought they would be. Really pretty. And I do have my favorite Makeup Geek shadows in here. Some of them was sent to me by Makeup Geek, and I haven't tried them yet, and some of them are just my favorite shades from Makeup Geek, so I just mixed and matched. I'm just so amazed to be getting some PR by Makeup Geek. It's so crazy. They also gave me an affiliate code, and I'm blown away by the fact that a company that was and still is one of my favorite makeup companies, the company that I really looked up to when I started YouTube, that I now have a code with them. It's as surreal as when I got a code with Juvia's. I am blown away and so grateful, and your support means everything, and it enables me to get opportunities like that, and just thank you for being so kind and so supportive. Anyways, so if you want to order from Makeup Geek, I do have a code with them now. Leave it down below. It is affiliated though, just so you know, so I do make a small commission if you use my code, and you get 10% off. The shadow that I wanted to get some pan on is the shadow, you see it there, the pan here? You see? That is Cupcake. And my goal was to get some pan on it because it is one of my favorite colors by Makeup Geek, and I did hit pan on it, and I'm very, very proud of that. So yeah, I did manage to do that goal, and I'm actually super proud about myself for doing that. And the second product that I wanted to hit pan on is one of the highlighters by Luxie. I love Luxie. I love Luxie highlighters, and my favorite Luxie highlight is this one. Let me see so it's the right one. Yeah, it's High Society. Why am I asking? It's the one with the pan on. It's High Society. Is this, oh, you can see here, it's is this one right here. You see I have some pan on. So I've actually been using that one a lot. It is a light peachy gold highlight. It's one of my favorite peach highlighters. It's absolutely beautiful. You can see that this palette has been like used to death because I really love the Luxie highlighters. So this one, the High Society, was the third product that I wanted to hit pan on, and I did succeed with that as well. So far this project is going really good. Now to the last two products. I wanted to see if I was able to go through a lip product, and I have not. This is the Nude Pink by NYX, but this is a lot smaller now than it was when I started this project, because I have used this a lot and it actually needs to be sharpened now. So I will say though that this is the lip liner that I've used the most. Every time I'm doing a nude pink look, I'm using this one. So I will say though that I've gotten a lot of use out of this one, and if there's ever a lip liner that I'm gonna go through before everyone else, it's gonna be this one, because I've used this so much and it's not that much left, to be honest. And then it was the NYX Liquid Lingerie in Lace Detail, and I have been using this a lot, and I will say that it still smells good. It can't be that much left. But what I noticed, let me swatch this on my hand, what I noticed is that I actually prefer lip colors that are a bit darker than this year. Either darker than this or less pink or more shine. Like, this was my go-to color before, like in 2017. If you asked me what is your go-to color, it would have been this one. But it's not anymore, and that is something as well, because I did try and use this a lot just to go through it, because I wanted to be successful in this little project. But it's also a good thing to realize when you're doing a project pan that, you know what, this isn't my favorite anymore. This isn't my favorite, and there's no need for me to have it in like top drawer or to be like always packing it when I'm going away for a weekend, when it's not a color that I reach for anymore. This kind of color is too light and too pink and too matte for me right now, and I prefer something that's either more brown or more orange or more yellow or more shiny or darker, just not this. But I used to reach for this a lot, but there's a reason why I didn't go through it, and it's just because I realized that that's actually not my go-to anymore. And that's also something that you can realize during a project pan, to be honest. I'm not gonna do something similar to this during this year, because my goal in 2018 is to go through all of my collection and just try a bunch of the things that I've owned before. You know, you rediscover my collection, dust off my collection and love it again. And I don't need a project for that. My project is already that I'm on a year-long low buy to make me appreciate my collection more. And yeah, I think that was everything for this video. I've been talking for a year and a half. I'm gonna go and get some Subway because I'm really hungry, and I will see you in my next video, which is gonna be real soon. Bye!